Welcome everyone here to South Boston Speedway for the ARX series here live on YouTube. Got about a minute left here in practice. As you can tell, we got 3 cars out there right now. Hopefully maybe a couple more cars jump in here in this last minute. But for now, we got 3 cars. Very, very, very close in speed though. So I think even though there's only 3 cars, I think we'll still have a really great race. Obviously the heat, it will definitely only be one heat tonight with only 3 cars. And the invert won't really matter that much. If you win, you're still going to be starting third in the feature. So then of course we'll have that 5-minute warm up in between the consolation race and the main event. So about another 30 seconds here at South Boston, and we'll get some racing going here on a Friday night. Brandon Fetterplace, Josh Gaiman, and Nicholas Pressey, the only 3 cars in session right now. And like I said, very close time-wise. Fetterplace is top of the board. Joshua Gaiman about 6/100ths of a second behind Fetterplace, and Nicholas Pressey about 11/100ths of a second behind, so about a 10th off. So pretty close times. As this practice session comes to an end, these 3 drivers will grid up for the first and only heat here tonight. 20 laps. Here at South Boston, which again, no cautions here in the heat races or the consolation. So that's that should go by pretty quick. Can't remember exactly what lap times they were running, but they're pretty quick going around here at South Boston with these cars. They have a lot of power. A lot of power under the hood for sure. But we got 20 laps here in heat number 1. Brandon Fetterplace starting on pole. Nicholas Pressey starting second. Joshua Gaiman will start third. So pretty close to where they practiced the speed anyway. Lights on the pace truck are off. So we will get ready to... Oh, no, they're not off. Sorry. It's daylight. It's hard to see the lights. Alright, now it looks like the lights on the pace truck are off as we get ready to go green flag racing here at South Boston. Well, good news for these drivers. You got a 33% chance of winning this race. That's pretty good shot there.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out here. And I do apologize. Give me just 1 second. I gotta turn the sound off here, so no need in y'all hearing my spotter as I sit on pit road. Sorry about that. Had to fix the sound there, but lap 3 of 20 here already in the books as Brandon Fetterplace, still your race leader. Nicholas Pressey in second, Joshua Gaiman in third. And they are running about 15, almost 16-second laps, so pretty quick around this track right now. Oh, Fairplace gets into the wall there a little bit. It's going to open up the door for Nicholas Pressey and Joshua Gaiman. Side by side for second. Gaiman making a little bit of contact with Nicholas Pressey. He's able to really make that outside line work in that number 61 machine. Oh, Pressey just couldn't quite make that pass. Now Joshua Gaiman setting his sights on the 34, Brandon Fetterplace. And side by side now for the lead, Joshua Gaiman really making that high side work right now. Pretty impressive. And it's just hard to do anything on the bottom because you can't carry that momentum up to the top of the racetrack. You see that 61 definitely using that high side to his advantage. Fetterplace makes a little bit of contact there. He's going to move up to the middle lane. This is allowing Nick Pressey to be right there in the catbird seat if something were to happen to these two, which is very possible as they're racing each other really, really hard right now. Fetterplace actually made some contact with the inside wall there. Oh, close call there, but Gaiman's going to clear the 34. Now Nick Pressey making his way on the outside. Looks like the high line is definitely the place to be. Lap 13 of 20 now, so this heat race is pretty quick here. Gaiman's starting to pull away a little bit as Brandon Fetterplace and Nicholas Pressey battling for that second position now. Yeah, and the 61 car now just pulling away as the 34 of Fetterplace makes contact with the inside wall there. Coming to 5 to go this time. He's made some more contact. So it looks like Brandon Fetterplace more than likely going to start on pole for the consolation. As we do have 5 laps to go. Nicholas Pressey starting to run down Joshua Gaiman just a little bit here. Fetterplace's car definitely had some damage. 3 laps to go here. Nicholas Pressey has closed the gap. He's right there. But can he make the pass? White flag in the air. Sponsored by Smil Racing Designs. Looks like Nick Pressey was right there, but then just kind of fell off a little bit as Joshua Gaiman gonna take the checkered flag here in heat number 1. Nicholas Pressey finishing second. Brandon Fetterplace finishes in 3rd place, so they will flip the script here. Fetterplace will start on pole. Pressey in 2nd, Joshua Gaiman in 3rd. I believe that was the exact starting order for the heat. So, exact same starting order here for the consolation. Another 20 laps. And then for the feature, we will have 100 laps here at South Boston. So, going to be a little bit of a lengthy race for just 3 cars, but hey, hopefully they have a pretty good race. Definitely some really great racing there in that first heat race, but we will see what happens here in the consolation. No inverts here from consolation to warm up. So wherever you finish here in this consolation is exactly where you will start for the feature. As all 3 cars have gridded up, so getting ready to roll off here and get ready for 20 more laps here at South Boston Speedway. Also apologize in advance. My voice is kind of not 100% right now. Went to my first Detroit Lions game yesterday evening and did a lot of yelling, a lot of hollering, so that was fun. But the voice is definitely struggling tonight, so appreciate y'all bearing with me tonight here. And it never helps that you only have 3 cars on track, so hey, best race I've ever been a part of had three cars in it. Hopefully next Friday, going to the dirt track at Charlotte, maybe we'll get a couple more people tuned in as we go green flag racing here at South Boston for the consolation. Brandon Fetterplace still in the lead here. Nicholas Bresci in second, Joshua Gaiman in third. Again, if you do crash or wreck out here of the consolation, not really a huge deal. You'll still start third in the feature. Most of the time, it's when we first started the season, there was a good 12 to 15 cars. So if something bad happened to you here in the consolation, you pretty much had to start dead last for the feature. But this week, with only 3 cars, you're guaranteed to start third. They're also guaranteed to all 3 make a podium. So they'll all 3 get an interview just for showing up. They say showing up doesn't count, doesn't matter. Well, it does here tonight at South Boston Speedway. Brandon Fetterplace out to about a half a second lead right now. Nicholas Bresci and Joshua Gaiman kind of battling back and forth here for that second place spot. Looks like Josh Gaiman trying to make that outside work again, but doesn't seem like it has quite the same speed as Nicholas Bresci. Gets really loose coming off of 4 there. Going to set Joshua Gaiman up for the pass on the outside. Seems like the outside line really works as long as you can get beside the car that's on your inside. Take away their line to where they can't wash up the track up against the wall. Kills their momentum. However, right now Brandon Fetterplace has a second lead over Joshua Gaiman. Halfway this time, lap 11 of 20, so 10 to go here at the line. Gaiman not really making a lot of time on Fetterplace. We saw Fetterplace hit the wall there in the heat race. Caused some pretty bad damage for that number 34 car. Really was never able to recover. So finished third in that heat race. but holding on pretty strong here for the consolation. Still holding that gap at about a second. Nick Pressey about 1.7 seconds back from leader Brandon Fetterplace. And right after this race, we'll have, it's not streamed or broadcast or anything, but we have our ARCS Fast Friday tonight. Pretty cool little idea that Mr. Tom Sears came up with. So we'll be spinning the wheel at 9:20 p.m. Eastern Time, and that will pretty much pick the track for us. And then practice will go up at 9:30, qualifying at 10. I believe it's 10:40. Race at 10:50, so definitely a late night race, but should be a lot of fun as long as the wheel doesn't land on a road course. Ugh. But if y'all are interested, can't join today unless you're already in the league. But reach out to Tom Sears and he'll get you in there, and you can come race with us late at night on a Friday. As you see, Joshua Gaiman cut the lead to about half a second, at least for a little bit. Back to about 6. It's hovering between half a second and 7/10 of a second right now. White flag is in the air, sponsored by Smeel Racing Designs. One more lap for Brandon Fetterplace here at South Boston. He's going to come around turn 4 to the checkered flag. Brandon Fetterplace will win the consolation here at South Boston. Joshua Gaiman in second. Nick Pressey will come home in third. So we will now have a 5-minute warm-up as it turns to nighttime here at South Boston. So 5-minute warm-up here. We'll take a short break here. Step away. Make sure y'all go grab you a snack, grab you a drink. We'll be right back here in just a moment. Alright, we are back here. Got about 30 seconds left here in the warm-up. You can hear Nicholas Pressey clutching the car, trying to maybe see if he can save some fuel here for the warm-up. And it could be that the fuel load is right there at that 100 lap mark. Maybe they can try and save to not have to come down pit road. Not exactly sure. Didn't check to see what the laps were for the fuel. But regardless, we're going to run 100 laps here at South Boston under the lights with 3 cars. Brandon Fetterplace should be on pole. And we will go through what it will probably be one of the fastest starting grids of all time. Just saying. But in row 1, you got Brandon Fetterplace on pole, Joshua Gaiman on outside pole. Row 2, you got Nicholas Pressey starting in 3rd. And that's your starting grid. A whopping 2 seconds there. But hey, we're here to have fun. Everyone has gridded up, so we are going to start rolling here. 100 laps here at South Boston. Appreciate everybody that is tuned in and watching, or may watch this throughout the week during work hours, or maybe not during work hours. We won't tell. We're live on YouTube, ABN Studios. They have a lot of really cool stuff going on. I always like to talk about it, but obviously got ARX series here on Friday nights. We got 2 more races after tonight. So next week is Charlotte Dirt Track, which will be a lot of fun. I love calling dirt races, just really fun. And then we'll close out December 13th as we're getting ready to go green flag racing here. Green flag flies here at South Boston. Brandon Fetterplace gets a really good jump. Nicholas Pressey, I think he's already in save fuel mode, so we'll see if that works for him here tonight. You can kind of hear him clutching that car. But Brandon Fetterplace and Joshua Gaiman definitely not saving fuel. Once again, ABN has a lot of cool stuff. Got a lot of HTL stuff coming up. I think they're starting a truck series season on Thursdays. Obviously Fridays are here with me with ARX. Then they got the HTL Cup series, which will be coming back here shortly, and of course A Squared Cup series coming back in 2025. I know that Kevin Feemster getting ready for another season of High Octane, which will be streamed over here on ABN Studios. They do the Platinum Endurance Championship, which is some kind of like basically endurance races all throughout the country, world really. So that's a lot of fun. I was able to be a part of one of those streams. Had a lot of fun. We had the kind of midnight hour. Actually, me and Carmen called one of those races. So, but a lot going on here at ABN Studios, and they're just getting bigger and bigger, and doing even more on a weekly and daily basis, honestly, at this point. So proud to be a part of it. I was obviously a part of the Hammer Down Truck Series that ran on Tuesdays for HTL. Me and Eli and Strix, our producer, had a lot of fun doing that as well. But Nicholas Pressey definitely saving fuel at this point. He's 6.3 seconds back from these two up front. Brandon Fetterplace still has the lead. Joshua Gaiman keeping it about half a second. He may be saving as well a little bit, but neither one of them is saving like Nicholas Pressey right now. Just on an island by himself, 7 seconds back. I mean, there you see it. You can almost see him in the when this camera kind of turns, you'll see Nick Pressey right. I mean, he's basically a half a lap down right now, running. Let's actually take a look what times are. Yeah, so Nick. Oh, Joshua Gaiman just hit the inside wall, and I don't know if there's anyone in here that can actually throw a caution. I know iRacing cautions are on, but that's not going to throw a caution. So huge issue for the 61 of Joshua Gaiman. But right now, last lap, Brendan Fetterplace ran a 15.82. Nicholas Pressey ran a 16.32. So almost a second off pace. But if he has enough fuel to get to the end, that might be the winning strategy. 15% done here at South Boston. Joshua Gaiman made some contact with the inside wall. Definitely looks like it might be hurting his car right now, at least. And then Nicholas Pressey 10 seconds back. Let's take a quick look at Nicholas Pressey. There you see him. Let's ride on board with him, see if we can hear if he's still saving. Yeah, I mean, I can hear it right there. You hear that? The engine goes dead, comes back to life, goes dead. Yeah, he is for sure definitely saving. Still about not quite a second off pace, probably about 7-8 tenths off pace right now. But if he can make it to the end, this might be the winning strategy, honestly. I mean, he's committed to it at this point. You kind of have to be. You see those RPMs drop all the way to basically almost 1100. Compare that to Brandon Fetterplace, who 5,000 RPMs in the corner. Now, I'm curious now if Joshua Gaiman is saving. I don't think he is. It doesn't look like he is. He's pushing pretty hard. As we know, he made contact with the inside wall. He is catching Brandon Fetterplace. He was about 2 seconds back. Now he's about 1.2 seconds back. But they're going to catch Nicholas Pressey here. Probably within the next couple laps. This is where Nicholas Pressey, you got to be careful, because if you get too far behind the leaders, it's not going to matter if you save fuel, because they'll be able to come down, top off the tank. I don't think they'll probably get tires, maybe right sides, but you won't be able to make up that time. So right now he's good, because I would say at this track, for a pit stop, you're probably going to go 2, maybe 3 laps down. I don't know. We'll just have to see once everyone kind of gets to that point. But Joshua Gaiman has the gap back under a second. As you see, Brendan Fetterplace catching Nicholas Pressey now. And again, Nick on a completely different strategy than Fetterplace and Gaiman. Pressey now trying to kind of stay on the lead lap. 30% done with this race here tonight. Well, we might have a three-way battle. May not be necessarily for the lead, but see Nick Pressey just rolling the corner really well. It's hard for Fetterplace to get around him. And I know Joshua Gaiman is not saving anything. That's for sure. Maybe saving tires, but he's not saving fuel. That's for sure. As Brandon Fetterplace goes to the inside of Nicholas Pressey. So Nick's going to go one lap down here. But the 34 and the 61, that is a battle for the lead. As Gaiman clears the 94 of Nicholas Pressey. So he's now one lap down. Again, as long as he doesn't go 2 laps down, he's got a shot. But does he have enough fuel? He was saving pretty much for that first 30 laps, honestly, and I think he's still saving. Definitely turned up his lap times. Last time by, he was about 4/10 slower than Brandon Fetterplace, so not quite as slow as he was earlier in this run. That time by about 6/10 slower than the leaders. Brandon Fetterplace and Joshua Gaiman running almost identical lap times, about 2/100ths of a second difference. Now that time Joshua Gaiman really had a great lap, 15:98 to Fetterplace's 16:11, and Nicholas Pressey ran a 17.20. So he is definitely committed to that fuel saving mode now. We'll have to see if that works out for the 94 car. Nicholas Pressey, 21 seconds back from Brandon Fetterplace, which obviously with a 16 second lap, that is 1 lap down, but that's, about another 5 seconds on top of that lap that he is already behind the leaders. But again, I think you'll be okay if you can stay 2 laps down. But the only problem is if he has to save like he's saving right now throughout the entire race, it's not going to work out, because you're running so much slower that these leaders, when they do pit for fuel, they're going to be able to go all out and maybe even get some tires and go even faster. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Oh, Fetterplace gets loose there coming out of 4. As we'll be coming to lap 45 of 100, almost halfway here at South Boston. Again, appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm trying my best here. Again, the voice is a little shaky after last night's Lions game, as well as, there's only 3 cars on track, and one of those cars is on a completely different strategy. Luckily, these top 2 putting on a pretty good show right now for everybody at home watching. Joshua Gaiman trying to make that top line work, and he's been able to, for sure. But just can't quite make the pass. Joshua Gaiman right there again. It's not quite enough. Oh, he gets loose. Both of these drivers really driving pretty hard right now as Gaiman kind of falls back a little bit. Maybe trying to catch his breath there after that thing snapped on him there. About lost it. He's already been into the inside wall one time. Alright, I tell you what, Nicholas Pressey, about 30 seconds back from the leader now, which is obviously turning, 16-second lap times. He's only about 2 seconds from going a second lap down. We'll just have to see how this plays out. I just don't know if it's going to be enough. Again, if he can get to lap 50, which they just did, so we're halfway, 50% done with this race. If he can get to a certain point and he can start turning normal lap times, he may have a shot. But right now, he's still, that last time he was a second off pace. If you continue that pace, it doesn't matter that these leaders have to pit. You're just not going to have the pace to stay in front of them. You may get in front of them and oh, Joshua Gaiman just crashed. Just saw it pop up on my relative there. He's now 4 seconds back from Brandon Fetterplace. Not sure what happened. Let's take a look real quick here. Oh, it just kind of snapped on him. Yep, just lost it, spun it around, got it back going, did a little 360. No caution. We stay green as we go back live. So now Nicholas Pressey is 2 laps down. See there. But he's right there, close to only being 1 lap down. So I think if he can stay 2 laps down and the leaders have to pit, and honestly now in a really good spot because Joshua Gaiman is 4.5 seconds back from Brandon Fetterplace, this could be a second place strategy. I don't know that he'll get past Fetterplace, but hey, good, that's what strategy is all about. As my dog is just doing dog things. You can still hear him saving. I mean, it's just at some point here, you gotta say, okay. I mean, I just don't know. If he saves to lap 100, it's not gonna work. If he can get to lap 70 or 75, and he can turn up the pace, maybe it's a possibility. But again, oh, Joshua Gaiman on pit road. Let's see here. How much time do you lose? This will kind of give us an idea of, does Nicholas Pressey have a chance here? So he's in pit lane. There goes Fetterplace. So he's now 1 lap down. Looks like he only took right side tires and he only went 1 lap down. I hate to be the bearer of bad news if you are a Nicholas Pressey fan, but the strategy I don't think is going to work out. I don't see it happening. Because now Joshua Gaiman obviously does not have to stop, and he is still 1 full lap ahead of Nicholas Pressey. which Nick has turned up the lap times. Oh, Brandon Fetterplace in pit road here on lap 64, coming to lap 65. So now Pressey will go back to 1 lap down. But here's the thing. If he still has to save, which he was a second slower than Gaiman that last time, it's just not going to work. So Nicholas Pressey is now back on the lead lap. Brandon Fetterplace comes out in first, 1.5 seconds ahead of Joshua Gaiman. But Nicholas Pressey now he's got to go. I mean, he can't save anymore. It already has not worked out in his favor. I think at this point you just hope for a caution, right? I mean, it's about all you can do at this point, unfortunately. And he's going to go a lap down there. He's still in saving mode. And I don't see that working out for Nick. It was a great strategy call. Good, good try there, but he really needs a caution now at this point. And I'm telling you, it's hard to get a caution when you only have 3 cars out there and they're all separated by about 1.5 seconds right now. So I think Joshua Gaiman probably got his car fixed there during that pit stop as we hit lap 70 of 100. So we'll be coming to 30 to go this time by. So this race is still going pretty quick. One of the longer ones, but should finish up just in time for that 9:20 p.m. Eastern wheel spin to figure out what track we're racing at tonight for ARCS Fast Friday. Got a lot of money on the line too. Lurk and Tom Sears may have to file for bankruptcy after this season of Fast Friday, but he got lucky last time at Daytona. He finished second, so he got to pay himself. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks, and it's like $100 to the winner. So free money, man. It's you can't beat that. But lap 72 of 100 here at South Boston. Joshua Gaiman, take a look at him. There he is. He's about 2 seconds back from Fetterplace. Again, I think both of these drivers can make it to the end. Obviously, Nicholas Pressey is just in save mode just to try and get to the end. I mean, at this point, it really doesn't matter. You're going to probably finish third unless a caution comes out. But like I said, Gaiman gets really loose. That could have been a caution right there, but we keep it green. I think this is the first broadcast I've ever done in my career where the entire field will get a podium interview after this thing's over. So, how about that? So 2.8 seconds now. It's growing actually. About 3 seconds back from Brandon Fetterplace. Nicholas Pressey now 24 seconds back from Fetterplace, so he's getting pretty close to going a second lap down. And again, I think that would have been a great strategy if we had 18, 20 cars out here. For sure, saving like that probably a good strategy. Probably would have got him a 3rd or 4th place, but with only 3 cars, it's a good try. Again, hey, you only got 3 cars. If you do something different, might work out for you, but unfortunately did not work out for Nick tonight. I know he was looking to get that win. He's been on a little bit of a winning streak recently in his racing career, so 20 laps to go here at South Boston. We're getting close to the end. We'll as soon as this thing's over, we'll do some quick podium interviews and close this thing out. I don't think they'll be done in time for the wheel spin though, so somebody will have to let me. Oh, Joshua Gaiman! Whew, he about lost it again. That thing is not handling well for Joshua Gaiman. Oh, oh, he's in the wall. Now that might be what Nicholas Pressey wants to see. Yeah, it looks like he's hurting. Not sure what's happening here, but I think he's either broke or maybe given up. No, he's coming down pit road. Probably going to take a fast repair here. So Brandon Fetterplace pretty well going to win this race. I mean, hey, he pulled a Noah Belleville. He lapped the entire field. As looks like Gaiman is actually taking tires here. Took left side tires as Nicholas Pressey goes past Joshua Gaiman. We'll see if Gaiman actually comes back out on track at this point. Really, no need. Nicholas Pressey can now save as much fuel as he wants because he's not going to get passed by anybody. Because Joshua Gaiman is still sitting on pit road, and Brandon Fetterplace is going to win this race by... man, he might win it by 3 laps, honestly. Which is just wild. I don't even know if Nick can make it to the end on fuel. I really don't. Joshua Gaiman is back on track. He's 3 laps down. Nicholas Pressey's 2 laps down. Oh, Joshua Gaiman is back on pit road. And that's going to be night done for Joshua Gaiman. Jump to pits. He'll take his 3rd place finish. And we might actually finish this thing before the 9:20 wheel spin. We got, 9 laps to go here. So, yeah, we should finish perfect timing. You can still just hear Nicholas Pressey saving. Obviously, not sure if he can make it, but even if he doesn't at this point, it really doesn't matter. Gap is 42 seconds back to Brandon Fetterplace, who just came out here and did what he had to do, and obviously he was already pretty much a lock for the championship. Even more so after tonight, getting this victory here, as we'll be coming to 6 to go here at the line. So almost done here at South Boston. I know it was a rough night, but rough night for pretty much everybody except for Brandon Fetterplace. As 5 laps to go here at South Boston. And Nick still has not pitted yet. So I think he'll be able to make it. He's still about almost a second off Brandon Fetterplace's pace right now. Coming to 2 laps to go here at South Boston. Again, Gaiman's going to finish 3rd, 13 laps down. Nicholas Pressey is going to finish 2nd, 2 laps down, we think. And white flag is in the air, sponsored by Smill Racing Designs. Just a dominating performance here by Brandon Fetterplace as he takes the checkered flag and wins this race by 2 whole laps over Nicholas Pressey. But Nick did make it to the finish, so good for him. Never did pit. Probably not the strategy he wanted to do, but hey, that's okay. All right, so this won't take long, but here's the results, is what I was trying to say. Sorry, I had a brain freeze there. Brandon Fetterplace is your winner. Nicholas Pressey in second. Joshua Gaiman in third. So there you go. All right, we will be right back here. We'll have your podium interviews here in just a moment. We'll get this thing closed out so we can go over there and enjoy the wheel spin. So yeah, we'll be right back. Alrighty, let's see if we can't get a word here with our third place finisher, Joshua Gaiman. Sorry, give me just a second. Joshua Gaiman finished third in today's race. I gotta drag him, and they're way down there, so give me just a second. We'll see if we can't get Josh up here really quick. Josh, this is Ryan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, I have never in my broadcasting career interviewed a podium finisher that finished 14 laps down. So hey, there's a first for everything. What happened to your car? It looked like it was evil there after you took 2.
Yeah, it was already kind of loose, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna get a quick pit stop and get back out on track, and then it all went downhill from there, and it just got worse.
I got you. Well, overall, I mean, it was a good race for only having three cars. But tell us about your race. Obviously, you were fast, but just I guess the tire strategy maybe didn't help you out there in the end.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was definitely faster when the sun was up. And then we got to the feature, and just it sometimes just doesn't work out. It definitely felt different from testing earlier, before the season started, and just didn't work in my favor.
Absolutely. Well, good news is you still finished third, so congrats on your P3. Anybody you want to shout out, sponsors, family, friend, the floor's all yours.
Yeah, just shout out everyone that shows up and has shown up. I know the car's not the best, and hopefully, if we do this again, we'll get more people, or we're gonna look towards more of a popular vote car, and it seems to be the way it's going, and see if we can have some more retention throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was fun broadcasting it, I'm not gonna lie, but it was also like, all right, there's 3 cars out here. Like, I'm getting bored of looking at the same 3 cars. Like, but still, congrats on your P3, and maybe we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
All right. All right, that was our third place finisher, Joshua Gaiman. Now we'll get Mr. Nicholas Pressey in here to talk with him. Hold on one second. Nick, this is Ryan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I have a copy right now. How are you doing this evening?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, I gotta ask. I knew what you were gonna do when I saw you doing it in warm up. Uh, Tried to save. Obviously, you made it, which congrats. That's made it 100 laps. That's pretty impressive. But obviously, just the pace that you had to, run by saving just was. I mean, did you kind of know that that's what was going to happen, or what were you thinking there for the fuel strategy?
Well, the idea was that I was already going to be the slowest of the three regardless. So if I was going to be the slowest of the three anyway, I might as well have, tried something. We had to save 30 laps of fuel to make it to the end. And I got the laps. I think what caught me out though is I didn't realize just how little time was spent on pit road.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I forgot about South Boston split pit roads. And so what ended up happening was people came out a lot faster than I was expecting.
Yeah, I kind of was, because I didn't know that either. And as I was broadcasting, I knew that like some tracks, especially short tracks where they have the longer pit roads, you'll go two, maybe even sometimes almost 3 laps down. And then when Gaiman came in and came back out, I was like, oh no, that's that's not good. Like he only went a lap down. So yeah, I mean, but like you said, you had to do something different, and hey, you still ended up finishing second. I know there's only 3 cars, but hey, P2's not too bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say I regret you doing it. Uh, though I am a little disappointed that it didn't work out the way I was hoping it would.
Yeah, well, sometimes that happens, but still, finish P2. If you have anybody that you want to shout out, friends, family, or sponsors, floor's all yours.
I'd like to shout out my friends, especially Andrew. Gave me this neat Christmas tree this week for free. Or no, he gave me this neat Christmas tree, and it was free. And honestly, that seeing it now, I didn't realize it was taller than it's really nice. I'd like to thank ABN and you for uh putting on this wonderful program, and you know, thank my family for looking at this stuff.
Absolutely. Well, congrats on your P2 finish, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right, see you. All right, now we will talk to our race winner. Give me just a second. Mr. Brandon Fetterplace. Brandon, this is Ryan in the booth. You got a copy?
Yo.
Well, you won. You pulled a Noah Belleville. You lapped the whole field. We don't have to tell anybody there was only 3 cars, but
Yeah. I was gonna say that's all it took was there to only be 3 cars.
Hey, it was a great race. Did your car? First of all, I think did you take 2 tires?
Yeah.
So your car obviously handled way better than Gaiman's did on 2. I mean, that car looked evil. I mean, yeah, I saw yours was, you were a little loose, but he was just like he couldn't even drive the thing. I mean, did it act different, or what did it feel like after you took those 2?
No, we had been talking about and I realized in practice that you really couldn't push this car at all. I mean, the setup
Yeah.
just wasn't having it tonight. So, I just basically just kind of took it easy because, just easy inputs and kind of didn't try to force the car to do anything it really didn't want to do. And it ended up working out for me. I mean, I don't know if he was pushing behind me, but I know he was right behind me there for a while. And then all of a sudden I heard him go, oop, and then he was gone. So I didn't, I didn't know what was happening, but I guess my
Well,
car just didn't fall off as much as his.
obviously not, because he was struggling, and then Nick, poor guy. I mean, I get the strategy, but I don't think he realized how quickly y'all could get in and off pit road, because it's not like a Martinsville pit road where you're 35 miles an hour around the whole track. It's a pretty short pit road, honestly. And I didn't know when I was broadcasting. I'm like, okay, Nick, he might be there, and then I see Gaiman come down and come out in like 20 seconds, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's cooked. It's over. Like it's done. And he even said it. He was like, yeah, I just, I had to do something different. And so shout out to him for trying, but just didn't work out, and everything worked in your favor tonight. So pretty much, I think you're a lock for the championship now, right?
Um, I mean, if not, well, who knows? Maybe they have 3 drop rounds. I don't know,
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
but I think it definitely is gratifying. But I think there's still a couple of races left. I really hope the rest of the field shows up next
Mm-hmm.
week or the week after that. I don't think anybody particularly cares for the low card counts, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
it
a
is what it
win's
is, right?
yeah, a win's nice, but when you have that asterisk beside it, I've had some of those in my dirt
Yeah,
series where it's like, yeah, I won, but it was
you
only
know,
me and Quiet out on track, so it's like it
right.
doesn't really
And that's the
count.
thing. That's the thing is that, Gaiman is fast, and I know if I'm beating him or I'm with him, then, I'm doing something right. But
Yeah,
there's something that's just missing whenever there isn't another 10 to 15 cars out there
absolutely,
racing along with you. So,
for sure,
hopefully everybody enjoyed their break and they come back ready to race the next 2 weeks.
for sure. Hopefully they do. I think I'm gonna get ready to go try and win some money for with Tom Sears thing. I think we're running at Old Atlanta, so that'll be fun.
Heck yeah, man. Go save them tires, go win a bunch of money.
There you go. We'll see what I can do. But congrats on your win, even if it does have an asterisk beside it. Floor's all yours. If you have anybody, friends, family, sponsors you want to shout out, go ahead.
Just thanks to the admins for putting this on. Thanks to you for sticking through that broadcast, and anyone who goes back and watches or was watching live, thanks to you for sticking it out. We will be back next week.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have at least 4 next week. We'll see if we can, you know, maybe 4 or 5. It's dirt, so
Yeah.
people don't like dirt, so we'll see. But
Oh God, we might have 2 cars out there.
yeah, congrats on your win, and hopefully we'll talk to you again next Friday night.
I appreciate it, man. Go win you some money.
All right, I'm gonna try. All right, that was your race winner, Brandon Fetter Place. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Appreciate y'all tuning in again. Apologize for the voice. Little raspy after yelling a lot at that Lions game, but just a great overall race. Even though we only had 3 cars, still a lot of fun. So thank y'all, and we'll talk to y'all next Friday. Dirt track at Charlotte, right outside of Charlotte Motor Speedway. So that should be a lot of fun. So you'll make sure you tune in next Friday at about 8:15, 8:20 p.m. Eastern. It's about when we go live. So thank you all for tuning in. Thanks to ABN Studios for letting me broadcast this series. I've had a lot of fun this year. We only got 2 races left, and hopefully I can do some more, in the end of 2024 and going into 2025. So I'm going to go do some Atlanta racing and try and win some money. Appreciate y'all tuning in, and till the next time we see y'all, make sure you stay on that loud pedal.